Welcome, people of planet Earth and all planets beyond. Thank you guys so much for watching. My name is Josh, and welcome to Heat Check. This is our bi-weekly look at the top 10 highest selling vintage denim items over the last 2 weeks. Yes, we are changing it up. Not just Levi's, we're including all vintage denim that we can find sold on eBay. And this is the top 10 countdown of those big sales. Let's check it out. All right, at number 10, we have this 1930s Sanfordized Carhartt hickory striped overalls. This one looks fantastic. We have the old Carhartt logo here, Sanfordized. This would have probably been shortly after Sanfordization actually was patented, if this truly is from the 30s. Not as big a Carhartt aficionado as some, but this one looks fantastic. To have something like this in your collection would be pretty awesome. Pretty amazing. Size 38 by 31. This one sold for $1,500. Next up, we have this Levi's 557 XX Type 3 denim jacket. This would have been one of the earliest Type 3s. And this one looks and appears to be a dead stock. Size 44, which is a pretty freaking good size for a Type 3 or for any Levi's jacket of this age. This is, I think, a pretty good deal for this jacket. It sold for $1,600, and it appears to be in dead stock condition. So again, I think this probably should have been a bit of higher price, but a good buy for the buyer, that's for sure. Then at number 8, we have a 1930s Headlight chin strap denim chore jacket. Headlight is an old brand that I think got bought out by Carhartt in the 60s, at least in the 60s. But this is a pretty old jacket, and it is beautiful old denim. Obviously has some wear, but for a jacket that is nearly 100 years old, it's gonna have a little bit of wear. It looks like we're missing a few buttons down the line here, but super cool. Definitely one of the oldest jackets that we've seen on this list before. But beautiful denim and beautiful history on this jacket. Oh, I love that picture. Oh yeah, these are all better pictures than the first ones. These are like artistic. But anyway, beautiful jacket here. This one sold for $1,650. All right, next up we have the vintage Levi's 507 denim jacket. This one is the Type 2 with selvage denim, or at least selvage exposed. Beautiful jacket. I mean, this one is an interesting buy. Obviously a little bit small, but I think this is an incredible buy. The condition looks fantastic. Big E, obviously, we have all the stuff that we'd see on a what we'd expect to see on a Type 2, but we have the leather patch here, which indicates this is probably from the early 50s, but it's interesting that the buyer says that the original owner bought it in the early 60s. My guess is he must have been an older stock, or bought it used or something. That's an incredible condition. I would have imagined this to go quite a bit more. We've seen Type 2s like this go for a bit more. The size may be weighing on it, but this one did sell for $1,700, which I think is a great deal for the buyer. These are in this condition are obviously very rare. A beautiful jacket, incredible find. Next up, we have a vintage Levi's 501 Big E from the 1940s. This is the World War II era. This is an incredible piece right here. It does have some wear, but you notice here there are no arcuettes, and that's probably because these were painted on during World War II. It is the one-sided version, which does coincide with the rest of the details that we're looking for. But during the material conservation during the war, instead of using the thread on the back arcuettes, they just painted it on, and over time these do tend to wear off. And so this is a pair of World War II 501s, and a beautiful pair right here. It looks like we have some wear. There's the donut buttons that we would expect to see from this era as well. But a beautiful example of a 1940s era pair of Levi's. This looks like a decent deal to me as well. It went for $1,820. I would have imagined this to go a little bit higher, but still a great pair of jeans right here. Next up, we have this vintage 1950s, according to the listing here. Lee gelt denim overalls that were Next up, we have a really cool pair that I was following along, as well as some of our community in our Discord. But this is the vintage 1950s Lee gelt denim bib overalls, dead stock. These are actually a bit older than that, but they are beautiful. In fact, I think the seller does mention here, down here, yeah, they added it. These are actually more like 30s or 40s, and so that probably depressed the price just a little bit, considering that people may have skipped over it if they thought this was simply from the 50s. But brilliant jacket here. You see it has this back patch still on it. Wow. Incredible to see something like this in this condition, this old. Lee was known for their overalls and obviously for their gelt denim. But beautiful piece of denim history right here, and it did sell for $2,238.28. Next up, we have this 1930s combination watch pocket denim chore coat by Carhartt in a really good size 46. Look at the crisp denim that you see here. Wow. There is that old school Carhartt logo. I mean, everything. I mean, this looks dead stock. I'm not sure that it's completely dead stock. It would be hard to determine. It doesn't look like there's any markers, but we could all agree that the wear is incredibly minimal on this piece. Look at that right there. That is delicious. All right, so let's see. We have all the details here. Some beautiful Carhartt buttons. Those are really cool buttons. Let's see. Here's another picture of those buttons. Yeah, look at that. Super cool button. Here's an ad, actually, that they included. This is a great listing. Somebody wearing it. This is a great listing to have. Yeah, that's really cool. This is a great listing, a great way to list. It gives a lot of the backstory. So congratulations to the seller on this one. This is a great listing. This one sold for $2,700 with 2 bids on this one. So not a whole lot of competition on this one, but a beautiful, beautiful Carhartt jacket. Next up, we have this rare Salesman sample of the Levi's 507 XX. This is the Type 2. And what I think this is sort of distinguished between a child's size of the 507, because this would have been maybe even smaller. You can see the Coke, the beer can here. This is a really small size. This would have probably gone along with the Salesman as he went from retailer or house to house or something like that. Probably retailers. To give an example of what the jacket looked like. So a piece like this is probably not meant to wear, or not intended to wear by anyone, but an incredible collector's piece. You can see it's in pretty good condition. The patch has obviously been removed, so maybe someone did wear it. But it does not have a ton of wear, and it's super duper small. Let's see, is there a pit to pit? The sleeves are only like 8.5 inches long. And is only 11 inches tall. I mean, this would be an infant's jacket, but still super interesting, super cool, and obviously a rare piece. I'm not sure exactly what they used to determine that this is actually a Salesman sample, but I imagine it's mostly because of the size. But anyway, this one did sell for $2,750. So this rare Salesman piece did fetch a good price. Now at number 2, remember I did say about that previous 507 selvage denim jacket, what a good price they got for it. Well, look here. It's the same jacket, same pictures and everything, but sold by a different seller altogether. This jacket was probably bought and then immediately resold. I told you it was too good of a deal. And this one is sold for much closer to what I would expect this jacket to go for. So pretty interesting little story here on this one. Obviously, the pictures we've already seen. It's a beautiful jacket. When the secondary reseller sold it, they sold it for $3,200. So almost doubling their original investment. So always pay attention to prices, guys, because there are people out there that will buy it up and sell it for more money. So, but congratulations to the seller. Great, what a great move here. and for the buyer, getting an incredible piece of Levi's history. So I want to quickly highlight our Discord channel. We have a bunch of members in our Discord channel that get together on Discord and talk about vintage clothing, vintage selling, etc., etc., etc. Lots of fun stuff. So if you're into that type of stuff, check the link down below to join our Discord. It's free and fun. A lot of good people there. Lots of good knowledge if you have questions that you need answered. A lot of smart people there, smarter than me. So check it out in the link in the description below. Now at number 1, we have a Levi's Type 1. This one is a beautiful version of it. In fact, they call it a size large. I'm not sure if that's entirely true, but this one, obviously, you can see down here has the buckle back. Let's see. Let's get a better picture of the buckle back. Modeling photos are helpful. There's look at there. There's a little bit of a patch, which, you know, with a jacket this size, there's the buckle back. Buckle back looks great. With a jacket this old, you're probably gonna have something like that going on. Good job modeling the jacket. I think it definitely helps. But of course, somebody who's buying this is probably pretty familiar with the silhouette of the jacket anyway. But it looks like the pleats are in mostly good condition, which is sometimes hard to come by. Deep blue on this jacket. They even include a video, which is actually this is one of the first I think one of the first of our entries that actually included a video. But very good idea if you're selling something this valuable. After 27 bids, the final sale price of this jacket was $4,200. Congratulations to both buyer and seller. Beautiful, beautiful jacket. So I hope that adding all of these other vintage denim brands is interesting and helpful and informative. I've thought about it for a little while, and I think it's obviously a good idea at this point. We'll still see lots and lots of Levi's on this list because Levi's is just that dominant in the space. But it's cool to see some vintage Carhartt, and I think and Headlight was really cool to see. In fact, I think a vintage Ralph Lauren jacket almost made the list, missed out like by $1 or $2. So looking forward to seeing what cool vintage denim we see in the future, and hopefully we'll see you there. Thank you guys for watching. We'll see you later. Peace.